Now this may sound odd to you, but if you've clicked on this video, you probably understand that you have a dark side. The aim of this video is to tell you that you don't only need to have a dark side, you can also control it. You can also manipulate it to live your dream life, to become the person you've always wanted to be, to live that life your dark side has always wanted you to live, to become that person that your dark side wants you to be. And this all may sound cringe and emo and whatever, but let's actually look into it. It's just a phase. Every young guy goes through it, right? That's what everybody keeps saying. Oh yeah, he's just going through that phase where he's rebellious. He doesn't want to do what he's told to do. Yeah, that may be true, because, you know, kids are dumb. But when every young man goes through it, every single young man at a certain age goes through it, you can't help but look into why it happens. Every single person goes through it. Why does that happen? Fictional characters do a very good job at displaying this dark side. And these fictional characters aren't just born out of thin air. They've been written, meticulously crafted by a real person, by an author. And art tends to be very effective when it's made by a creator who is going through a deep emotional turmoil. They use that emotion, they infuse it in their art by creating a character, by creating a painting, a piece of music, whatever it is. And characters tend to do that very well, because they can not only inhibit the emotion the author is feeling, but also act upon it. You know, the character can do things that maybe the author cannot, or the people reading cannot. But it doesn't only influence us. What it really does is that it ignites something. That primal feeling. When you see a character, when you see somebody actually doing something their way, exactly how they want, you know, they're like, fuck everything. It's time I do shit the way I work to. It tells us something. And bringing it back to it being just a phase. It's not just a phase. What it's doing, it's igniting a fire that's been burned out. The cotton candy fairy tale TikTok world. This primal instinct is telling us that I can do whatever the fuck I want. And this may sound to most people always cringy, but genuinely think about it. When you get that urge, when you're pissed off, when you're like, you know what, fuck everything, I don't want to listen to any shit anymore. You're like, you can do whatever you want. You're in the world. Why can't you do whatever the fuck you want? This video is aimed towards men generally who are acting within the means of law and morality. So if you're going to do something wrong, something heinous, something terrible, this is not for you. Fuck off. This is for men who have suppressed power, who can use it to live a beautiful, good life and not destroy it and not cause harm. It's telling you that you can do whatever the fuck you want. Why not? And what does this dark side, dark energy even look like? Think back at times where you've been condemned other people, and not just other people, by yourself as well. You may have done something. Maybe you've been intensely angry. Maybe you've been frustrated. You had a strong desire that caused you to be angry or frustrated. Moments like these where people may be like, oh, Aish, don't do that. Oh, don't do that. That's wrong. Don't be angry. You should just let it go. Why? Maybe you later look at yourself and go like, oh yeah, I shouldn't have done that. But part of you is like, no, wait, I felt something. I wanted to do something. Why didn't I do it? And of course, everybody goes through this. It's part of it. You know, it's very important. It's like a learning curve. That's when you start realizing things. Maybe liability is not the right word. Maybe you see it as a hindrance. Something that will come up as a threat to others and yourself. Something that should go away. People tell you, oh, you should suppress that anger. You should not think that way. You should stop having these desires. You should just be happy with what you have. All these things you get told, but you're like, no, no, I don't want to be here. For me, it was intense anger. I felt intense anger, and I'm not gonna lie, it's in my heredity to feel intense anger. But I always thought of it as like a bad thing. Oh no, I'm gonna get angry. I'm gonna act like a dickhead. But then I thought to myself, this anger doesn't come about all the time. It comes about at certain points, because of certain things. Your dark side may even come about in your sexual fantasies. Maybe you're like, you know, fuck this. I don't like the idea of this lovey-dovey boyfriend. I don't like that. I want to do something else. You need to start seeing these things and be like, look, this is your true self, and you need to stop holding back on it. And maybe religion may deny it. Maybe religion was like, no, you should suppress all this, and fine, if you're religious, then okay. If you're like super religious, then I guess you might want to be against this video. And when I said sexual fantasies, again, I want to put a disclaimer. Nothing outside the box, okay? We're keeping everything healthy, right? Keeping everything moral. Maybe it's your desire to achieve everything on your own. You're like, you know, fuck everybody else. Everybody wants to do this with me, this, that. You're like, you know, fuck off. I'm here, I'm doing something, let me be. Right? I'm learning from other people that I want to learn from. Everybody fuck off. Have your own empire. It's guiding you to become powerful. This darkness isn't like a demon. I mean, essentially, it kind of is, but it's also speaking from a place of. This darkness is speaking from a place of power. It's your true self, like your deep down desires, and it's guiding you to become powerful. Dude. Because when you start doing the things that you really want to do, you start feeling good. You start feeling not just good. You start feeling like you're finally living the life that you want. But it's guiding you to become powerful. But you must control it. If you don't control it, things will spiral out of hand and you will destroy everything. You must control it. And the way to do that, it's really quite simple. You need to acknowledge it. You need to visualize it, understand it, feel it. And don't worry about where its roots are. You're thinking about why you're having this anger. Is it from childhood trauma? Fuck all that shit. Doesn't matter. Right? What you have is a magnificent pool of energy. Unlimited energy. Forget where it's coming from, just use it. Think about where it's coming from later on down the line when you have the time and the resource to do that. But right now, see it as all this energy, fucking use it. Visualize it. Like literally think of yourself back to a point where you were angry. When you're in an angry state or frustrated or intense state, you won't be able to understand where it's coming from because you'll just be angry. So in that moment, go fuck someone. Go hit the gym, just get rid of the anger and come down and sit down and think. Understand it. Feel it again. Try to remember how it felt, what you felt, what you wanted to do. And think about why you wanted to do it. What in that moment triggered that? For me, it's lack of freedom. My anger came about with lack of freedom. And this freedom isn't necessarily financial freedom or the ability to travel anywhere I want. That is also a main thing. But little things like, why didn't I go talk to that girl? Why did I act that way? What was I afraid of? People? Why didn't I do the thing I wanted to do? I wanted to talk to her. I wanted to be forward. I wanted to speak to her. But I just pussied out. This was very prominent when I was in my younger years. That's how I thought. And I saw that anger and I was like, you know what? What if I use that anger as a weapon, as a form of energy? So next time I'm in that situation, the anger, literally the frustration that came about after I failed, forms a demon or a monster that stands next to me next time I'm in that situation. So I'm talking to that girl again, and that anger is literally like a bodyguard. That's like, you know what, we're strong. We can do this. We can talk to that badass person. We can talk to that millionaire. We can talk to that girl. We can do what we were afraid to do. We can upload that video. Like, fuck it, I'm not scared. Fucking be pissed and control it. It can only come about when you sit down and focus and try to see where the anger is really coming from. And after a while, once you start to see where it's coming from and you start to capitalize on it, you start to be like, okay, you know what? My anger isn't my enemy. My frustration, my desires, they're not working against me. They're guiding me. You start to feel a sense of pride. And that pride isn't a bad thing because what's really happening is you're actually getting closer to your true self. And people keep saying, oh, I'm going to find myself in fucking Bali or Vietnam or Thailand. Like, bro, you're not finding shit there. You're finding fucking snakes there. If you want to find yourself, look within. And I'm not even saying that as some weirdo. Like, literally just sit and think what makes you do certain things. And you start to understand who you are, what you like doing. And you feel good because you want to do those things within the means of morality. For example, like Eren Yeager, spoiler alert, when he realized the darkness that would eventually unfold because of him and befriend what he initially believed to be the root cause of his despair, he was finally able to get what he wanted. He was finally able to realize his goals, to achieve something, to get closer to his dream. Get what I'm saying? If you don't, then the next one should be a better example. Now that you've seen your anger, you've seen what it is, where it's coming from, what you feel, your desires, whatever it may be, everything. You need to put it into action. And the way you do that, I'll tell you, I'll literally fucking guide you. You need to see your darkness, your everything that you want to do, and channel it into creating a person that you've always wanted to be. If you've seen Fight Club, Tyler Durden is the fantasy version of another character. This one character, he's an office worker, he can't fight, he's weak, he's just a chump, he's an everyday chump. But Tyler Durden is everything he wants to be. Now this is a quote by Tyler. All the things you wish you could be, that's me. I look like you want to look. I fuck like you want to fuck. I'm smart, capable, and most importantly, I am free in all the ways that you are not. Now think about what your fantasy character is. what your dream character is, what you want to be, everything that you want to do, the way you want to fuck, the way you want to look, the way you want to talk, how smart are you, how are you perceived. Create all this, write this down. Make a piece of paper, you keep writing these down. What do you look like? What do you want people to think of you when you walk into a room? How capable do you want to be? Can you fight? You can't fight? Go learn how to fight. You can't play the piano? Go fucking learn how to play the piano. Impress everybody. Da, da, da. Do these things, like learn these things. This should write down the person you want to be. Fuck Tyler, fuck everybody else, fuck all these other people. Take little aspects of everything that you want to be and create it into a character. And start taking action. And live out your desires. If your desire is to be more forward with women and not being a bitch and like, how was your day? Da, da, da. None of that shit. Don't be a creep, don't be a weirdo, but like have that energy where you're confident in yourself and you're good. And of course, this will come through practice. You won't be able to live your dream life from the get-go. But what you can do is see what your what your ideal character is like and start taking action to become more like him. Learn, read books, whatever it is, just start taking action. You are him. He's you now. Done. Now you just need to act, do things, because the most important point of this video is that you should do whatever the fuck you want to do now to get you closer to the life that you want. And the most important thing of this video is that you need to act. Look back at the slides, whatever, and see, it all boils down to action, right? You can have all these desires in your head, you can think you're the main character in your fucking head and not do anything and still be a chump. The fuck is the point? You might as well be dead, bro. I'll be real. Create that dream character, start working towards him, see your inner darkness as your friend, befriend it, and that way you start living your dream life. And it'll take time, and as time goes on, you start unfolding new layers of who you are. And by the way, the most successful people have done this. You know, if you think of anybody that you look up to, whether it's an athlete, influencer type character, an actor, whatever it may be, even a fictional character, whatever success they have has come through mastering their dark side, has come through befriending it, has come through by channeling whatever desires they have that other people may look at and be like, okay, that's wrong. And be like, you know what, fuck you. I want to achieve that. If you think about Tate, he got successful because he wanted to get rich. Most people be like, oh, well, liking money and wanting to get rich is a bad thing. He's like, fuck off. I want to get what I want. He went and got it. Aaron Yeager, he wanted to do something and everybody was like, no, don't do that. He's like, no, fuck you. I want to achieve this. I want to go do it. Stop me if you can. That's kind of how it is. And success only comes through when you start seeing your dark side as your friend, as something that you really want to do. I hope this makes sense. If you have any more questions, let me know. This is something I'm trying to learn and getting in touch with as well. Controlling my anger and fueling into the life that I actually want to live. But with that being said, you can text me on Instagram, ask me any questions, and I will catch you in the next fucking video. Peace out.